Hi, I'm Kim Brenneman, and I am here to talk to you about home management, plain and simple, and how to make your best days even better and reduce stress. That's part of the whole thing. If we're in control of the day-to-day stuff and not running around like a chicken with its head cut off, then we are able to cope better with kids and the weather and world events, that kind of thing. So the more we can automate and the more that we can make flow better, the easier our days go. So that's what we're going to talk about. And today particularly we're going to talk about 15-minute work times and rest times. And I'll get to that in a little bit, but first let me know where you're coming from, what you're struggling with, where you live, things you have learned through the years that are helpful that I can share, and let me know what your needs are and what your experiences are, and maybe I can address those topics and we can figure things out together that work for you. And part of why I do this is because I've learned a lot of things the hard way, and I didn't want other people to experience that. I especially didn't want my daughters to. So that's why I started writing years ago. I just started writing stuff down as I was doing them. How I did this, how I did that. And I can tell you right now, I did not write enough because I have a daughter who has little children, and she will say, "Mom, how do I deal with this? And how do I deal with that?" And I'm like, oh my goodness, that was so long ago. Let me think. And it might take me a while to, okay, yeah, this is what I did. And the thing is, with little children, things change so quickly that what you're struggling with right now is not the same thing that you're struggling with in 2 weeks. Certainly not in 6 months. Big changes happen every 6 months. But anyway, I didn't write enough down, but I did write some stuff down. Actually, I wrote a lot of stuff down. Here's the book. So if you're struggling with something, let me know what it is, and I can hopefully address it at some point in the future. So now we'll move on to working in short time frames. So the idea is that when you're really overwhelmed and it's hard to get started, it's easier to mentally say, I can only do 15-minute increments. I can only get up, especially when you're like sick or when you're overwhelmed, or when you're pregnant and you're just feeling huge and hopeless, or when you're in that early pregnancy stage when you're just so tired. 15 minutes seems doable. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, but 15 minutes is how I would do things. So I'd use a timer, and I would allow myself to rest for 15 minutes and read a book, play a game with the children, do something simple, just relax. And then when that timer went off, then I knew that I was going to do a certain task, and I would decide ahead of time what I was going to do and then get up and get moving. A lot of times I'd involve the children too. So I would say at a certain time, we're going to start and we're going to do this thing for 15 minutes. Sometimes it was school. We're all going to work on math for 15 minutes. Sometimes it was, like I said, a chore. Sometimes it was, let's go outside and pull weeds. In the summertime, we're going to pull weeds for 15 minutes and then we're done. Then we are just done. And then after that 15 minutes of work, whatever that work is, then a 15-minute break. So sit down, chill out, read a book, just drink some water and just close your eyes for a little bit. And then if you still have other things you want to do, then call the children, say, okay, 15 minutes, we're going to do this other activity. Maybe it's time to clean the kitchen. Everybody has a chore. We're going to start in 15 minutes and ready, set, go. And everybody works for 15 minutes. Buzzer goes, we're done. And chill out, just relax. So doing that is really helpful for maintaining energy and also getting things done, because sometimes when we're overwhelmed and or sick or tired, it's easy just to lay on the couch for like 3 hours and then all of a sudden realize, oh my goodness, people need to eat in short time and I have no idea what the kitchen looks like. I don't know what to make. I have no plan. So by training yourself to work in 15-minute increments, you get past some of those mental hurdles of just laying flopped out on the couch forever. The other thing I wanted to mention though is sometimes 15 minutes is not enough. Let's say you are doing better, you have more energy. 30 minutes, sometimes it can even be longer, 45 minutes. I have a child that we work on reading with, and we have in his plan a 45-minute block where we're working on reading, but before that 45-minute block starts, we are working on other things, and then we have a 5-minute break, and he can go do jumping jacks, he can drink some water, he can run around the house 5 times, whatever, for 5 minutes, come back, and then 45 minutes of working on this. So depending on your stage of life, what's going on, things you need to work on, it can be longer chunks. The idea though is to make a commitment to starting and then doing that and then taking a break to sit down and rest. I have my book here in front of me, and there were some things I was going to talk about along with that, but I probably already did. Yep, I did. And I learned that these videos can only be 15 minutes long. So that means that I don't know what, pressure? I don't know what. Short, long, whatever. 15 minutes of doing a video, and then I get a 15-minute break. So yeah, the big takeaways are block yourself some time to do some work, and then rest. Work, then rest. Work, then rest. And that can help with those overwhelming days. And if you have any questions about it, if I wasn't clear, if you have any further ideas, go ahead and send me a message and we'll address it. And these videos are saved. So far, so good. So they will be on Instagram TV, and they will also show up on the Facebook page in the videos. And I'm figuring out how to also get them on YouTube, but haven't quite taken a 15-minute time period to actually do the work of figuring that out. So anyway, that's the plan. Go to my website and drop your email in, and there is a free resource library there that has tons of resources for you. So go ahead and do that. And also in that free resource library is one of the appendixes to this book, and it talks about working in 15-minute increments there, and a whole bunch of other things about moving beyond survival mode and what to do when you're overwhelmed, that kind of thing. There's also menu plans and chore charts and checklists for cleaning. So go take a look, homeplainandsimple.com. Thank you.